What if the self is the foundation of all reality? This is the central question posed by German philosopher Johann Gottlieb Fichte. So, who exactly was this man who dared to place the self at the heart of existence? Fichte was a pivotal figure in German idealism, a philosophical movement that flourished in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. His ideas are deeply rooted in the exploration of self-consciousness, freedom, and the very nature of reality itself. Born in the small town of Ramenau, Saxony, Fichte's humble beginnings did not hint at the profound impact he would have on the world of philosophy. His journey from a rural German town to the intellectual circles of the European Enlightenment was marked by an insatiable curiosity and a relentless drive to understand the human condition. Fichte's philosophical inquiries were not confined to the ivory towers of academia. He sought to make philosophy relevant to everyday life, to illuminate the way we perceive ourselves and the world around us. His work is characterized by a bold, innovative approach that challenged existing ideas and provoked heated debate among his contemporaries. Perhaps Fichte's most significant contribution to philosophy was his shift from objective to subjective idealism. Rather than viewing reality as an external, objective entity, Fichte proposed that our individual selves, our I, are the foundation of all reality. This radical reorientation of philosophy sparked both admiration and controversy, laying the groundwork for subsequent philosophical movements. Fichte's ideas were not just theoretical musings, they had practical implications, influencing his views on politics, ethics, and education. He believed that a strong, morally educated citizenry was crucial for the development and prosperity of a nation, a sentiment he expressed in his addresses to the German nation. In the face of criticism and controversy, Fichte remained steadfast in his philosophical pursuits. His ideas continue to shape discussions in philosophy, shedding light on the complexities of human thought and society. So, buckle up and prepare for an intellectual journey as we delve deeper into the mind of this influential thinker and his controversial ideas. Join us as we delve deeper into the mind of this influential thinker and his controversial ideas. Fichte's groundbreaking work, Wissenschaftslehre, or Science of Knowledge, is where he lays the foundation of his philosophy. This text offers a fresh perspective on the nature of reality, one that is firmly rooted in the individual self, or as Fichte would put it, the I. But what does it mean that the I is the basis of all reality? Well, Fichte was proposing a bold idea that the totality of our knowledge, the entire universe as we understand it, is a product of our self-conscious activity. In other words, reality is not something that exists independently of us, but rather something that we actively create through our conscious thinking. Picture a painter standing in front of a blank canvas. The painter in this case is the I, the self-conscious subject. The blank canvas represents the unknown, the reality yet to be discovered. As the painter begins to fill the canvas, he's not simply replicating an external reality, but rather forming it through his own perceptions, ideas, and experiences. This is how Fichte viewed the process of knowledge creation. This is subjective idealism, a theory that places a premium on the role of the subject, the individual mind, in constructing reality. It's a stark contrast to objective idealism, where reality exists independently of our perceptions and thoughts. Fichte's ideas were revolutionary at the time, challenging the prevailing notions of knowledge and reality. He dared to suggest that the self is not just a passive receiver of information, but an active creator of its own world. It's important to note that Fichte's philosophy doesn't negate the existence of an external world. Rather, it emphasizes the role of the individual in interpreting and understanding that world. This perspective was a paradigm shift, a new way of thinking that had profound implications not just for philosophy, but also for our understanding of the human mind and its capacity for knowledge. Fichte's subjective idealism marked a significant departure from the objective idealism of his predecessors, including Immanuel Kant. His bold reimagining of the self as the foundation of all knowledge continues to inspire and challenge thinkers today. Fichte's philosophy didn't stop at self-consciousness and reality. It extended into the realms of politics and ethics. A key part of this expansion was his work, Addresses to the German Nation, which was not merely a philosophical treatise, but a call to action for his fellow Germans. In this work, Fichte championed the idea of education and individual freedom as cornerstones for the collective development of a nation. He argued that a nation's strength lay not in its military power or economic wealth, but in the moral and intellectual development of its citizenry. Fichte's vision of the ideal citizen was one who was not only educated, but also imbued with a strong moral compass. He saw education as a tool to cultivate this moral compass. For Fichte, education was not just about imparting knowledge, but also about fostering a sense of responsibility towards oneself and one's community. He believed that a morally educated citizenry could lead to a flourishing nation, one that was unified not by force but by shared values and ideals. Fichte's emphasis on individual freedom was also integral to his political philosophy. He believed that each individual, by virtue of being a thinking, self-conscious being, had the right to freedom. This freedom, however, was not merely the absence of external constraints, but the ability to act in accordance with one's own moral law. Fichte's views were, of course, not without controversy. His focus on the self as the foundation of all reality and his nationalistic sentiments drew criticism. Yet despite this, his ideas resonated with many, influencing not just the philosophical landscape but also the political and ethical discourse of his time. Fichte's ideas were a potent mix of philosophy, politics, and ethics, making him a unique and influential figure in German idealism. His vision of a morally educated citizenry in a nation bound by shared values continues to inspire debates and discussions, underscoring the enduring relevance of his philosophical inquiries. Fichte's philosophical journey was not without controversy and personal challenges. Let's dive into a pivotal chapter of his life, his time at Jena University. Accusations of atheism, a serious charge in the late 18th century, led to his dismissal from this esteemed institution. This was a period marked by intellectual tension and public scrutiny, a stark contrast to the acclaim he had previously enjoyed. Fichte's career was a reflection of the dynamic intellectual and political climate of his era. His ideas, groundbreaking and controversial, were inevitably intertwined with the ideological shifts and cultural currents of the late 18th and early 19th centuries. There were times when his philosophical inquiries received widespread acclaim, his lectures attended by eager minds thirsting for knowledge. These were the high points, the moments when Fichte's star shone brightest in the philosophical firmament. But as with any journey, there were also valleys. Fichte's dismissal from Jena University was a significant low, a moment of adversity that tested his resolve. His atheistic leanings, perceived or otherwise, were seen as radical, even dangerous, a deviation from the accepted norms of his time. Yet, even when faced with adversity, Fichte remained steadfast in his philosophical pursuits, his dedication to exploring the complexities of self-consciousness and human freedom unwavering. His life was a testament to the power of ideas, to the potential of the human mind to challenge, question, and ultimately reshape our understanding of the world. Through his philosophical inquiries, Fichte sought to unravel the mysteries of existence, to uncover the underlying principles that define our reality. His work sparked debates, ignited controversies, and pushed the boundaries of philosophical thought. Despite the controversies, Fichte's ideas left an indelible mark on the philosophical landscape. His influence extended beyond his lifetime, beyond the borders of his homeland, reaching into the heart of subsequent philosophical movements. His legacy, contentious and profound, continues to shape discussions in philosophy, reminding us of the enduring power of ideas and the ceaseless quest for knowledge. Fichte's influence extends beyond his lifetime, making a lasting impact on subsequent philosophical movements. Johann Gottlieb Fichte's philosophical framework, marked by a radical shift towards subjective idealism, left a compelling imprint on the minds of many thinkers who followed in his footsteps. One cannot fully appreciate the contributions of Friedrich Schelling or Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, two titans of German idealism, without acknowledging the intellectual groundwork laid by Fichte. Schelling, for instance, used Fichte's concept of the self as a starting point for his own philosophy, but expanded it to encompass nature as well. Hegel, on the other hand, built on Fichte's dialectical method, but proposed a more comprehensive view of history and reality, which he famously called the absolute spirit. But Fichte's influence isn't confined to the past. His ideas continue to be a subject of study and debate in contemporary philosophical circles. The concept of the self, as Fichte proposed, remains a topic of fascination for philosophers, psychologists, and neuroscientists alike. Furthermore, Fichte's emphasis on education and individual freedom as crucial elements for the collective development of a nation resonates in modern discourses around citizenship and national identity. Even his controversial views, such as his nationalistic sentiments, serve as a reminder of the potential pitfalls of extreme nationalism, thus adding a cautionary note to political philosophy. In the realm of ethics, Fichte's idea of a morally educated citizenry as the backbone of a flourishing nation continues to inspire educational policies and civic engagement programs worldwide. His vision of a society where individual freedom is respected and nurtured echoes in the principles of many democratic societies today. From exploring the nature of consciousness to the interconnectedness of philosophy with political and ethical considerations, Fichte's legacy continues to inspire and challenge us today. His philosophical inquiries, far from being antiquated intellectual exercises, remain relevant, providing a rich source of inspiration for those grappling with the complexities of human thought and society. His enduring influence serves as a testament to the power of ideas and their capacity to shape the course of human history.